Putin. I'm sure the irony is lost on them. Great thoughts by GLers.
Great thoughts by GLers.
Did you mention Trump?
No, I am going to now.
Oh,
though,
okay, good.
Because we have a story out of Duluth that can allow us to use our new brief Trump sounder.
Oh,
right?
Sure.
That I asked Rook to do. And he told me he did it. Hospital apologizes for Chick-Fil-A lunch. Thanks employees who had the courage to complain. A Minnesota hospital has issued a profuse apology to staff after failing to abide by its values of respect and justice by giving out free Chick-fil-A. Essentia Health in Duluth wrote to staff last Tuesday after staff clucked. Get it? It's a chicken sandwich. God, that's terrible. After the staff clucked about the free sandwiches available at the St. Mary Medical Center's atrium earlier that day. We have received feedback from some colleagues who were concerned or offended by this occurrence, and we value colleagues feeling comfortable expressing their reservations. Tammy Kritzer, Senior Vice President for Regional Operations at Essentia Health, wrote in an email to medical staff that it was obtained by the Daily Wire. I also verified it on a number of other websites. We would like to thank our colleagues who had the courage to speak up to widen our lens of inclusivity. And we appreciate all colleagues continuing to live our values of respect and justice. Chick-fil-A has drawn the ire of LGBT activists over the years who have boycotted and staged protests over the company donating to groups like the Salvation Army, which activists claim has a record of anti-LGBTQ discrimination. I'm
no,
unaware of
actually, it's the opposite, but keep reading. I'll tell you what I know later.
In fact, the company emphasizes that it values diversity, equity, and inclusion. Well, whenever anybody ever says that, it doesn't mean a lot, but the one faint thing it does mean is that they don't agree with anybody who doesn't agree with them. And we can't tolerate harassment on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity. Remember, this is a free few sandwiches in the atrium. The hospital distanced itself from Chick-fil-A in the email, writing that the free lunch was not intended to endorse a business or business practices. We respect all. We are honored to serve and employ. In situations such as these are an important reminder to consider all viewpoints. As we strive to be thoughtful and inclusive as an organization, we'll have some learning along the way. This is why I had him create the sounder.
Is how Trump got elected.
No, not how. What?
And that is how Trump got elected.
Why Trump got elected? Why?
And that is how Trump got elected.
Just wait for it.
Oh, baby.
No.
And that is how Trump got elected.
And there's no, we didn't need
and
the
that
baby.
is why Trump got elected.
That's why.
And that is why Trump got elected.
That's right.
And that is why Trump got elected.
One more?
Fine piece.
Is how Trump got elected.
There's no how.
How did he?
It's why.
That's why.
It's why people like this.
Yes, that's why.
This complete.
Did you run that through a harmonizer?
Honest to God, I asked you for a simple.
Joe, pipe down.
There was some processing.
I
Pipe
told
down,
him,
Joe.
I
Let
said,
the professionals talk.
I said, Rook, was it last Friday, Thursday, whatever it was last week? I said, you got the good pipes. This is when you should record the Trump sounder.
Lay it down.
And then, of course, my brother from another mother gives me this.
Is how Trump got elected.
Take two.
The Trump got elected because there's too many people in this country like Tammy Kritzer, whoever the hell she is, who's apologizing. This is mental illness. I'm sorry. It's what it is. It's
but look at it this way.
Bleeping illness.
Look at it this way.
Mary Kritzer,
This
is that her name?
This is
What
an
the
opportunity
hell?
for these institutions to say, who was offended by this? Okay, you're gone.
Right.
You're gone.
Well, you know, this all stems from Dan Cathy saying years ago that he wasn't down with same-sex marriage. He's the son of the founder, right?
Yeah.
And so these activists who, as it turns out, are very, very inclusive.
No, they're the
When
least
you look
inclusive
at them,
people in the world.
they don't allow people to have their own points of view. But actually, Chick-fil-A has a record of supporting a lot of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
They do.
They don't discriminate or tolerate harassment based on your sexual orientation or gender. They also give a lot to local communities, including $25,000 to each local food pantry in each market where they operate. So they throw a lot of money at good.
Hey, Tammy Kritzer, you got a safe space in your hospital? Because a safe place means where all you idiots can go and not be offended by having to hear an opinion you don't agree with.
She made a mistake. What you need to do is you need to offer two different options. You need to offer Chick-fil-A for the normal good people, and then for the vegetarians and the protesters and the whinies and the crybabies, they get ketchup soup.
Yeah, it'd be fine with me.
Simple.
And you mentioned the part about how there were
idiots? You're idiots.
the people that were going to boycott Chick-fil-A in that story, Joe. The company's net worth is estimated at over $10 billion, with Chick-fil-A sales increasing at least 15% month.
They won't make it. They won't make it without these.
Chick-fil-A.
They won't make it without these people from Essentia.
Right.
They just won't. Their business will suffer.
They're going to miss you.
What?
I'll tell you how weird that story is. When you give us a little header before the show of stuff you might talk about,
Yeah.
just one sentence, and you said, I assumed it was because they thought it was fried food or something. I didn't think it had any quote political connotations. That's how absurd it is.
This is a big deal. They really, really hate Chick-fil-A.
And when you order the soul